Hi crafty friends, Monique here with Grace and Tattered Lace. I just thought I would jump on and show you guys really quick how I make my chocolate chip cookies. I make them a lot and I get a lot of compliments and everybody wants to know the recipe, so let's just do a quick live. Hi friends, come on in, let me know that you're here. Say hello, let me know where you're watching from. I thought, let's just make some chocolate chip cookies. I get a lot of compliments on my cookies, you guys, and I thought I would share my secret recipe. All right, so I'm here in my kitchen. I'm enjoying some coffee still, you guys. It's still kind of early here. It's not even quite 9 o'clock yet. I am in Southern California. I am Monique with Grace and Tattered Lace. If you are new, welcome. Anyway, I do follow a basic, Toll House recipe, but I tweak it a little bit. And I just thought I would share with you guys. Anyway, let's go over here to the KitchenAid. I started the process already, and I thought, why not share my recipe? I get so many questions about my recipe. Hello, Juju's and Amanda and Debbie Lee. I hope you guys are all having a wonderful Thanksgiving where you're at already. Oh, Juju, I just noticed that you're in Northern California. I am in Southern California. And so yeah, it's still early where we are. You guys, I already have my butter in my kitchen. I have to go get the charger, you guys. I have 10% left. I did not realize that. I hope I don't lose you. If I lose you, I will jump back on. Give me 2 seconds to run downstairs and get my charger. Holy cow. I cannot believe this just happened. Real life, you guys. Sorry about that. Oh my word. Let's get plugged in. Whew. Good morning, good morning. Okay. Yes, you did hear Little Roxy feet and you heard Bandit feet. The big greyhound. Anyways, you guys, I'm sorry for that. I didn't plug it back in the last time I did live from the kitchen, and I always keep it plugged in. Let's see if you guys can see Roxy and Bandit. There's Roxy, there's Bandit. Excuse the mess, real life. Okay. Whew, I gotta catch my breath, you guys. Okay. I've already put in 2 sticks of butter, you guys. I use salted butter. I don't add extra salt to my recipe. I just use a salted butter. It's softened. Whew, sorry. I ran down the stairs and ran back up. Good morning, Brenda. Good morning, Ange. Good morning, Trish. Good morning, Nan. Nice to see you, friend. My friend Nan is a nurse that lived here local by me. She retired and she moved to Texas, and I'm so happy for her. Hello, Stephanie. Okay, you guys. Whew. 2 sticks of softened butter and a half a cup of sugar are already in the mixer. Okay. My oven's preheated to 375. Good morning, Christina. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Okay, so now we're going to add some brown sugar. All right, and I use 1 cup of brown sugar, and I don't pack it. I just put it in the cup, kind of loosely, you guys. Okay, it's not packed. All right. So remember, I've used the basic Toll House recipe, but I'm tweaking it. I only used a half a cup of regular granulated sugar, and the brown sugar is not packed. Okay, so now we're just going to put this in the blender, or the KitchenAid, and we're going to mix it till it makes the sugar and the butter gets mixed. I hope you guys are all having a fabulous day and doing something very special. This is one thing that my family always loves, is that I bring cookies. Another thing that I usually do, but we're not doing this year, is I make homemade ice cream. And that was something that my family has always done since I was a little girl. My grandpa used to get the ice cream maker out and, crank it. And that was always so fun. Okay, so now you can see it's just kind of mixed like this, you guys. I'll scrape the sides off. Get it back down inside the mixer. Okay, and then I'm going to add some vanilla, and I'm going to add the eggs and some baking soda. Okay, and I'm not a true measurer, you guys. This was just a trick that my grandma taught me when I was a little girl. With vanilla, I just take the lid and I will put in 2 capfuls. And this is a good vanilla. This is not my crafting vanilla, you guys. I use different vanilla. I use pure vanilla for this. Okay, now baking soda. I do measure baking soda. And one really super important trick with baking, you guys, is your baking soda and your baking powder has to be fresh. Has to be fresh, okay? I replace my baking soda at least, at the very minimum, every 30 days, if not less. Oh yes, Juju, traditions. The cranking of the ice cream maker was just such a fun thing for me. Okay, you guys, so we're just gonna put in 1 teaspoon of baking soda, and then we're gonna add in 2 eggs. It was such a wonderful family tradition for me that when I was in college, I actually did one of my speeches in, whatever class that was that I had to do a speech on. It was, public speaking. I did a speech on that and talked about that memory and, really went into detail, and it was really a fun presentation because it was so, warm and touching. All right, so we have 2 eggs and we put all the rest in, and we're just gonna go ahead and mix it up. Hello, hello. Thank you guys so much for joining. So I kind of have it on, I think I put that on the second setting to mix. And it's just gonna mix up really well. Let me get all this stuff out of the way. What are you guys all doing today? Who's going where? Who's having, Thanksgiving at their house and doing all the cooking? We're not doing cooking at my house. I'm just doing cookies, and I'm gonna bring mashed potatoes and broccoli. My family lives about an hour or longer away from me, depending on traffic. And so my mom is ordering a meal from somewhere. They got prime rib and something else going on. Tell me what you guys are doing. Okay, so now I'm just going to put the KitchenAid back, and I'm just going to kind of scrape everything down the sides, making sure that it gets mixed on the bottom, because sometimes with the KitchenAid it kind of sticks, the butter sticks to the bottom of the KitchenAid. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and add the flour. The flour is 2 1/4 cups of flour. Okay, and I just push my cup in my bag and I just squish it down. You're staying home, you're doing a Friendsgiving on Saturday. Awesome. We're doing one on Saturday as well. You guys, it could be quite interesting. I'm supposed to be in an event on Saturday, and we've kind of double booked ourselves between the husband and I, and I might be doing live from the car. It will be quite interesting. We will see. All right, so we have 2 1/4 cups of flour, and we will mix that until it is completely mixed. Staying home, relaxing with your boys, cooking a turkey breast. We put in a 2 pounds Kobe mac and cheese. Oh, yum. With Boston cream pie last night. Oh my gosh. Going to your mother-in-law's. Smoking a turkey. Oh, we have a smoker and we've done that for Christmas and it's amazing, Amanda. Going to your parents. spent the night at your sister's. Wow. Your brother-in-law's cooking. There are only 6 of you. Yeah, it does dwindle. You made everything but only have your son and his family. Oh no, I'm sorry everybody is sick, Wendy. That's no fun. Hello, Susan. Welcome, you guys. Is there any family traditions that you guys do for Thanksgiving? Anybody have anything special? When my grandfather passed away, we started lighting a candle and sending it around the table and saying one thing that we were grateful for the year. And so that was something that we've carried on for several years. My grandfather's been gone for many years now, so that was just something that we started after my grandfather passed. All right, you guys, so let me see if I can pull this out a little bit more to show you. You can see it on the KitchenAid here. This is what it looks like so far. There's still a lot stuck on the paddle there. So I'm going to go ahead and take the paddle off and make sure that I get all this, or most of it at least, inside my mixer. I'll put this back on, and I'll pull the mix away from the sides of my mixer. Now, here comes the secret ingredient, you guys. Now, don't forget, one of the most important things is that you have fresh baking soda. That's going to help it with the plumpness and the, kind of plumpiness of your cookies. Okay, secret ingredient, you guys. Pudding, vanilla pudding. Vanilla or French vanilla pudding works fabulous, okay? You've reduced the amount of sugar and replaced it with a box of pudding. Now, the key thing is that it has to go in at the very end, just before your chocolate chips, okay? And you don't mix it hardly at all. Very, very low speed, the lowest setting at all, okay? And you're just mixing it until it's mixed, and it's almost not even completely mixed in the mixer. And I will take it out and I'll use the spatula to make sure that it gets completely mixed, and then I will add my chocolate chips. So you can see that wasn't even a minute, it was just a few seconds. I probably have the wrong spatula here, you guys. I like one that's a little bit sturdier than this one. So let me show you. So you can see, I don't know if you guys can see down there. There's still some mix at the very bottom there. I will use the spatula to make sure that it gets completely mixed rather than the KitchenAid, because pudding will thicken as you use your KitchenAid, and you don't want your cookies to be completely thick and hard. So you just barely do it, and then put it back on and add your chocolate chips. Now, I obviously have a giant bag of chocolate chips here, so I will have to measure my chocolate chips. And I usually do just a little tiny bit over 2 cups of chocolate chips, because I like a lot of chocolate chips. And another thing you can add that was really yummy in your chocolate chips is butterscotch chips with your chocolate chips. Those make really good chocolate chip cookies. You can also add nuts. I'm not a nut person. I'm allergic to most nuts, so I don't. So I do about a cup, maybe about 2 1/4 cup of chocolate chips. Oh, thank you so much, Juju. This one was really fun. I really like it because it can stay out all year. It's not Christmassy. Oh, absolutely, Dawn. I can do that. All right, so we just turn the mixer back on at a low speed, and you can see they're already mixed. And there we go. There's our dough. And we just take it off the blades and get it in your pan or your bowl. All right. Now, let's move you guys over. I like to use a little scoop to scoop my chocolate chip cookies out onto my pan. Makes it a lot easier. And I'll just scoop them just like so. I don't know if you guys can see. Hopefully you guys can see. I use a very big pan. This one is kind of, I think it's an air-filled pan, and I will use 2 of them, and I will get a lot of cookies out here, you guys. I usually do 4 across and as many as I can get up. Just depends on how big my scoops are. It varies from time to time when I bake, but that's about it. Oh goodness, I hate that when they do that. Facebook, I don't own the rights to the music. We're watching the Thanksgiving Macy's Day Parade. I don't know what channel it is. It's a guest singer. And I will post that. They did that to me. Oh my gosh. I had that happen, Juju, the other day when I was live doing some baking of fabric. And I just put a disclaimer in my post saying that I didn't own the rights, and so far I haven't had any problems, so we'll hope that it stays like that. So when this post, after I post this, I'll go back and make a little disclaimer. So these pans are so big, you guys, that I can usually get almost all of my cookies in on one batch. It's a small ice cream scoop, and I'll have to play with these rows a little bit because it's kind of close here. Okay, so there we go. As you can see, what do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 20 on a sheet, you guys. Okay. And then we'll just do the next one, and we'll put it in the oven, and we can share some stories. Talk about what you guys do and what you guys are making for today. And these will be gone in no time flat as soon as I walk in the door. My nieces love them. I only have one niece that'll be there this year. The other one, actually, the oldest niece, she moved to Pennsylvania away from her mom and dad. She's lived here her whole life, and she met a friend online, and she moved to Pennsylvania. She's been there for some time, a little over a year, I think. And she's doing really well. So I might have, just like a couple pieces of cookies left. And what I'll usually do, I won't lie, is if I have any left, I'll just put it in the freezer and save it and just pop a cookie or 2 in the oven as I want. Nana, if you're still here, we're going to Friendsgiving on Saturday with Steve. We wish that you were here and could join us. All right, I got a little sloppy with my row there, you guys. So I almost don't even have anything left at all. All right. Okay, you guys, so what I do is when I put these in the oven, I'll put them on 2 separate racks. I'll put them in for about 6 minutes. And then I will turn them around so that they get a good even coverage. Whoops. Okay. Oh, I don't eat them from the cookie. I don't eat the cookie dough, and I will save it and I will bake them, and I'll just pop them in the oven frozen just like that. I might take them out. It depends. If I scooped them and formed the balls and froze them that way, I will plop them on a pan and bake them frozen. If I didn't, if it's just in the bowl, I have to let it thaw a little bit. I try very hard to scoop them. I'll put them on a plate, put it in the freezer, get them a little bit frozen, and then I'll put them in a Ziploc bag, and then I have cookies that I can bake all the time. Sorry, I think I dropped a chocolate chip cookie. Oh, did you? Well, I hope that she helps you in some way or fashion, that she's able to help you. Chocolate chip cookies are my favorite. Thank you, Angelica. Oh my goodness, 5 sweetbreads and a pumpkin pie. Wow. Yeah, I wouldn't do it. I'm not a chocolate. I don't eat the cookie dough very much, you guys. Okay, you guys, so tell me what you've done. We have, oh my gosh, Rustic Heart, please refresh me your name. Debbie? No, you're not Debbie. She has done 5 sweetbreads and a pumpkin pie, and Stephanie Wisby made a Boston cream pie yesterday. Oh, that's so awesome, Juju. That's so nice that you allow her to be a part of that. Charlene, thank you. Oh my gosh, I have to write that down. I am so sorry. Any other traditions that you guys do? Apple and pumpkin pie. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a pie girl. I don't like pie. I don't make pie. And we were asked to bring a pie for our friends giving on Saturday, and I'm like, I don't even like pie. But I'll bring pie. I'm not gonna lie, I cheated and I just bought a giant one at Costco. Yeah, because I'm just not. It's not. I don't know. I just don't like pie. I don't like the fruitness. I don't like the pumpkin pie stuff. I just don't like it. You have stuffing in the oven, and oh, Angelica, is it just you by yourself, hon? Thank you, Charlene, for saying that. I appreciate that. It's so hard to remember everybody's name. Hello, Shelly. I hope that you're having a good day. Hopefully you're going to be doing something special with your son. Okay, you guys. The other family tradition stuff you make every year have apples and raisins. Okay, I'm not a raisins fan. I would pick around the raisins, but I would definitely try it. Eat and play cards or games for the rest of the evening. Stephanie, that is exactly what we do. It's hard because our family has, reduced in size quite a bit. My niece is gone. My brother moved away to where did he move to? Massachusetts. He's in the Boston area, like a suburb outside of Boston. My grandma passed away, a few years back, and she was the biggest instigator and the card person. And I have some great memories of my grandma. We would play cards, and she had like this little face, like a mask thing that she got in Mexico, and she called herself the witch doctor when we were playing cards. And she would get this little mask out, and like she would take it out, and if she was losing, she would just take it out. She'd go right to your face, and it was really fun. And my parents took her to Cabo one year, and my dad bought one, but he didn't know that my grandma went and bought a bigger one. And she came back with like this tiki thing that was like this big. She would hide it under her chair. She'd sit it up behind her and just have great memories of grandma. You're bringing crab. Oh my goodness. Shelly, I've never heard of that before. Crab pizza and crab ragons? Sounds interesting. Gina, that's awesome that you have to make two kinds. I hope that your mom is doing well, hon. Thunder Thighs. Shauna, that's interesting. I have a feeling that you're just making turkey thighs. You'll be watching, you'll be crafting and watching TV. Yeah, we're going to go out to Orange County where my parents live and be with them for a little bit. And then we're going to come back, and I hope to be in my craft room too. My husband works tomorrow, so we have to come back early. Awesome, Gina. I'm so glad that she's doing better. You love crabs and had thunder thighs. I don't know, what are thunder thighs? I'm assuming that they're just like the thighs of a bird, and that's the only thing that you're cooking. Oh, Juju, I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry to hear that. I hope that you make today a very grateful and blessed day with you and your mom having lost all of those family members. Oh yes, Roxy's down there. You guys can see her. I don't see her down there. Okay. A boneless chicken thigh stuffed with jalapenos. Oh my word, that sounds amazing. Let me open the oven and turn these around, you guys. Hopefully you guys can see in there. Let's see if you guys can see in there what it looks like. So they're still just kind of, cooking there, you guys. They're not done much yet. So we're just going to turn them. All right. I don't pull them all the way out, you guys, because when you pull them all the way out, it really does, the temperature does a lot to them, and it will kind of make them shrink a little bit and depuff a little bit. Yes. I'm so grateful that you see that, God is still good, even though he has, all your family members have passed, and that you're able to enjoy that time with them. You guys, I'm sorry, I didn't really have much fun. This was completely impromptu. I was baking, and I thought, I have so many people ask me about my cookies. Why not jump on? I know that you guys have never asked me, but everybody loves them so much that why not share? Oh, Shelly, that's right. I am so sorry. I remember that you shared that picture with me of your friend's daughter. They lost 12 puppies. Oh, that's so sad. So sad, you guys. Oh. Okay. You guys, I'm really trying to plan out my project for Saturday because I'm going to be having to go live in the car. It could be a quite interesting and fun experience, and it could be a complete flop. Oh, awesome, Carol. I hope that you try it. Don't forget, you reduce the sugar. You reduce the granulated sugar, the white sugar, by a half a cup. So instead of 1 cup of sugar, you're going to use a half a cup of sugar, and you're going to add 1 box, the small box, and it needs to be instant pudding, you guys. It cannot be the cookable the cookable pudding, because it won't work. Okay. Oh, you're welcome. I have another amazing recipe that maybe I'll share in a few weeks with you guys. I have the best snickerdoodle recipe on the face of the earth. And of course I do the same thing with that one. I use pudding in that. Awesome. I love to try new things too. I love to bake. Probably one of the best things that I bake that my kids absolutely love are my scones. I make some really, really good scones. They're not the hockey puck kind of scones. They're, good, fluffy, nice scones that you like to eat for, breakfast. Don't see why not. Yeah, Shayna, that sounds, Shauna, sorry, I keep calling you Shayna. There's a Shayna also that I'm getting you guys confused. I don't know that I shared with you guys before that, or I've shared it before, but you may not have all heard. I shouldn't say many years ago. It was many years ago. I really wanted to own my own bakery, and it just wasn't in the cards. It was so expensive, and especially here in California, and all the things that hurdles you have to jump through. Oh, Juju, well, I'm going to share you a great recipe for your snickerdoodles. Angelica, you're making me laugh. I couldn't, afford to open a bakery. And, in California here, they open up on the corner all the time, and they close all the time. And so I made some samples. I went to a local bagel shop out in Orange County. The gentleman owned two shops. I made a whole bunch of samples. I wrote a nice little letter, said, hey, this is what I really want. I can't do it. I'd love to partner with you guys somehow. How can we make this work? They called me. I came in very, very early the next morning. And basically I would go into their shop at night and I would bake. I made specialty cookies and brownies and cupcakes and scones. Scones were the #1 seller. And I took custom cake orders. And I did that for several years. And then I decided I wanted to go back to school. And I was in school for a while. I was working full time. I was in school and I was doing this baking at night. And I just couldn't do it all. So I had to go in and train the owner's wife how to do it all. Angela, do you talk to Julia Childs and sing to you do that? That's awesome. Anyways, so I trained the owner's wife how to do it all, and she took over. But I had many clients and friends that came there regularly, and so that it just wasn't the same, and that they really missed it. But they were grateful to have what they did. My #1 seller was a lemon blueberry scone. Now, I'm not a blueberry person, but it was my, I don't bake to bake for my taste. I bake because I love to bake. And so, I baked what everybody else liked. And I loved experimenting and coming up with new flavors. Shauna, I think that sounds like a really, really good idea, and I don't see why it wouldn't work also. Sounds amazing. Maybe I need to teach my husband how to do it so that he can make it. Let me just peek in here. So they're not quite done. They still have just a couple minutes left, maybe a minute or so left. The timer is going to go off in about 42 seconds. Oh, thank you, Angelica. I actually looked at that when I was in Dollar Tree and went, haunted house. I could make this be a church. And so I actually sat on it for a little while. And then after I made the church last week, and I thought, I need to make that haunted house. That's okay. No worries. There's a lot of problems going on with Facebook lately. I'm having problems even just commenting to people. For whatever reason, when I try to comment, the comment box goes away. All right, let me turn this off. Let me just take a look here. So they're not quite done. They're still not quite toasty yet. I'm just going to go ahead and turn it one more time. This is a new oven for me, and I haven't used it that much in baking. We haven't been here for a year, so we'll see how it goes. All right. So is anybody celebrating Thanksgiving on another day other than today? Typically we do. Typically we celebrate on a different day because my husband works in a hospital, and it's a lot easier. But it is what it is. This year my husband doesn't work today, so we're going to celebrate on Thanksgiving with my family. Oh, you guys, Roxy is here begging to be seen by you guys. She's in heat, and she's driving me crazy, and she will not keep her doggy diaper on, and it's crazy. Kevin messaged me last night as I was sitting in the craft room saying, she's driving me crazy, we need to lock her up. You're doing a dinner with your little church family after church on Sunday. Oh, that's so special. That is awesome. Hi. Yeah, she's a lover, you guys. She's a total lover. She just wants attention, and she wants to be held. Okay. She is a sweetheart. She can be a pistol once in a while. But she is beautiful, and she is a cuddler. You're right, Missy. All right, now I gotta wash my hands because I touched the dog. All right, let me wash my hands really quick, friends. All right. She really is. Okay, I know. I'm sorry, this is kind of boring, you guys. We're just sitting here chit-chatting and not really doing a whole lot, but hopefully those are going to be done. They're not quite toasty enough. They're still a little white, and I'd like for them to be a little bit more golden brown. Okay. How's the weather where you guys are at? Thank you, Cecilia, sorry, I don't have my glasses on. Oh yes, enjoy your day off. I'm so grateful I've had this week off. I'm so sad that it's coming to an end very quickly, and that I'll have to be back at work soon. It is warm here, you guys. It is supposed to be in the 80s. I'm not trying to throw that in anybody's face that is in cold weather. I'm not going to lie. I don't like it. I don't like it being in the 80s here. I'd rather it be a little bit cooler and, you know, more fall-like, but it is what it is. Can't control the weather. That is like the perfect weather, Ange. The perfect weather. Especially for, you know, a nice fall day. 80s is not a fall day to me. Oh, Stephanie, that's great weather too. That's really good. I remember last year when we were in Tennessee and it was freezing on Thanksgiving Day. I don't think 64 was even in the forecast last year on this day. All right, let's pull these out. Actually, that bottom one needs to stay in there just a tad bit longer. But look at you guys. Look at this beautifulness. Like, can you see how fluffy those are and how wonderful they're going to be? 49 degrees. Ooh, 49. That's a bit cold. A little warm today for no rain. That's good. 21. Oh my gosh. 80s in Florida. Yeah, see, it's warm there too. All right. Yeah, Cecilia, sorry. Oh my goodness. Cecilia, what do you think of 80s in the fall? Like, I'd rather it be nice and cool and crisp. I just don't like this hot, you know, 80s things. My husband has shorts on today. Like, who wears shorts for Thanksgiving? Us in California do. They are so yummy. Okay, you guys, so what I'm going to do now is they're going to sit there on the pan for just a few minutes. I'm going to let them cool off just a little bit. After they cool off, just enough for me to be able to scoop them off. I'll put them on a wire rack and let them cool, and then I'll place them on a tray and take them to my mom's. You'd rather have 70s. Yeah, I'd rather it be much cooler. I'd like it to be sweater weather. I want to put on a sweater and, you know, even just a little, you know, pull over, like a, you know, zip up jacket or something. Just this 80s is just not good. Okay. All right, you guys. Well, I've sat here and talked your ear off long enough while you watched, you know, while we waited for the cookies to bake. But let me get the other one out. There's our second batch there. And they are so yummy and so delicious. Now, the thing is that you don't want to leave them in there too long, you guys, because as they sit on the pan, they are going to cook just a little bit more. And if you leave them in there too long and they get too dark, even though like these are probably not as brown as I'd like them to be, the longer you cook, the more dried out they get and the harder they're going to get. So they'll get hard really, really quick. So go ahead, if they don't look completely done, it's okay to pull them out. They're going to cook just a little bit more on that hot pan. Oh, thank you guys so much for the hearts. I appreciate that. You guys, thank you for popping on just for a few minutes with me, even though it's been about, what, 30 minutes or so. I appreciate your time. I hope that you guys have a fabulous holiday with your friends or family, whether you're celebrating today or later this weekend. Be safe and do something special in remembrance of your loved ones and make it special. Bye, you guys. Have a great day.